Hey guys, welcome back to the Outdoor Navigator. Today I'm going to be doing a review of my Old Town Topwater 106. I've had this boat for about a year and I feel like I know a lot about it now. I've worked out all the kinks. I know what's good, what's bad, and I don't work for Old Town, so you're going to get an unbiased review. So let's go ahead and start out, and we'll just go from the bow and we'll go all the way around and then down the middle. Hey guys, welcome back to the Outdoor Navigator. Today I'm going to be doing a review of my Old Town Topwater 106 kayak. If you like reviews, kayak reviews, boat reviews, and videos like this, I want to go ahead and encourage you to subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, make sure you hit like after watching it, and go ahead and hit that notification bell so that you can get updates anytime I got new content. Alright guys, so let's get into looking at this boat. I've had this boat for about a year, okay? So I feel like now I can give you all a good, solid review on all the pros, cons, goods, bad, and ugly. Alright? I don't work for Old Town, so hey, this review is going to be unbiased. So, you know, you can take it for what it's worth. There's many other people out there on YouTube. I encourage you to get on there and do as much research as you can before you buy something. So let's go ahead and start up here at the bow, and we'll check this boat out. All right, so the first thing we got here is the drain plug. Okay, it's up here in the front. I've never had any water in this boat. This thing's solid as can be. Never seen any water inside the hull, so good to go. All right, as we go back here, we got a handle on the front, we got one on the back, and we got two on the sides. These things are handy. They're handy if you got two people for moving the boat, and it also just gives you something to hold on to there on the side if you want to lift the boat and carry it around by yourself, because you know it's a pretty lightweight boat, and you know, I don't have any problems moving it. All right, going back here, we've got this storage hatch up here in the front storage. All right, you can see it's got this nice colorful paracord on it. Kind of goes with the rest of the boat, kind of offsets the color a little bit, looks pretty cool. All right, this cover itself is made out of plastic, good solid construction. Okay, it's molded. This is actually rubber here, so you know you got that good dry fit, don't get any water in there. Now you don't have a lot of storage. Okay, I've got a sea tug cart that I like to haul my boats around in, and I can't fit it in here, but there is ample room for a dry bag, You can put some tackle in there, and you know, it's gonna keep it dry. I haven't had, like I said, I haven't had any water get in there, so it's been good to go. All right, let's look underneath here for a second. All right, guys, I think you can see this right here. All right, this is a universal transducer mount. Okay, so you can go ahead and mount your transducer to it, and you don't have to drill any holes. All right, we got a little bit of a skid plate here. I put some water hose and some Gorilla Tape on here to kind of protect my keel from any scratches. All right, as we move back, all right, we got gear tracks on the right side and the left side. Okay, so they'll fit the Yak Attack, Ram mounts, Scotty mounts, all those things fit in there, no problem whatsoever. I haven't added anything to it yet. All right, guys, and we move back through here. Right here we got our first rod holder, front mount. All right, so when you're fishing, if you catch that big bass, you can put your fishing reel down in there and hold it there. And it sets up far enough to the front that if you're paddling, it won't get in the way of your paddle. All right, so moving back, you can see here on the side there's a paddle holder. This one here is by Yak Attack. All right, it's not the one that came with the boat. And the reason why is the one that came with the boat broke off. So I'm going to say that that's one thing I don't like about it, because I have noticed that whenever I flip my boat up on its side or whatever, this thing, you know, wants to catch on stuff. And when you're moving it wants to catch on stuff. And I just think it's prone to breaking. And the other thing I don't like with it sitting on the side, if your paddle did come off, it could float on down the lake and you wouldn't know anything about it. So, you know, you might even want to put a paddle leash on it. All right, so moving on back, we've got two rod holders here in the rear. All right, this first one, I've got one of my bait casters in it. Another thing that I don't like, there's nothing to clip to on this boat. All right, there's no anchor points, there's no tie-off points. You know, you got to buy those. Now what I did was, I just ran these tether straps through my paracord, okay, and I got them attached to my rods. Because, you know, hey, accidents happen, and, you know, when you got a $200 or $300 rod and reel, you don't want to lose it. All right, moving on back to the back, got another handle back down here. And when I move up here underneath, I don't know if y'all can see that, but we got this removable skid guard back here in the back, skid plate. All right, so when you're dragging your boat, when you go to them boat ramps and you're putting your boat in, all right, those concrete ramps, they can be really rough on a kayak, but you can take this off and you can put another one on there when it gets too tore up. All right, you can, I don't know if y'all can see down through there, but you see the double U-hole design. All right, it's not like some of them, it's got the little V hole, okay. This one here floats up real high on the water, okay, and really stable. The stability of this boat is probably one of the best things about it. All right, moving on up this way, I've got a spinning reel, okay. I've got it over here in this other rear rod holder. Got it tethered off also. All right, right here, got a cup holder, got one on this side, got one on the other side, got another handle here on the side. Here's another gear track. All right, we start moving here inside the boat. All right, we got these foot braces. These foot braces move forward and back. All right, it's good for bracing off when you're doing some heavy paddling. It really helps out a lot just being able to brace off. And, you know, if you're a tall guy, you can move them up here. Short guy, move them back here, you know, whatever floats your boat. All right, now the seat. The seat is really comfortable. So if you're looking for a boat that's got a real comfortable seat, this one here would be it. I've sat and fished in this boat for, you know, up to 8 hours, and I got out feeling pretty good about myself, you know. It was comfortable. This boat also has different positions. Right now, I'm sitting in the high position, okay. It attaches, you see how it attaches here and here. Alright, you can detach it, move it down, lock it in, and now you're in the low position. So I like to use this position when I'm paddling, and then go up to the high position when I start fishing. the seat itself. Okay, it goes forward and back. You can adjust how far it reclines just by adjusting these straps here. Okay, I put a bag on the back of mine that just gives me a little bit extra storage. So this isn't really a mod video, but I went ahead and put a backpack on here because I just felt like I needed a little bit more storage up here that I could get to easy. All right, back here in this rear storage well, got all kinds of space here, okay, where you could go ahead and put a cooler in there if you wanted to, or some more fishing tackle. Went ahead and locked in my crate back here so I can put my fishing tackle back here. And one more thing I'll show you. All right, on this side here, you've got some storage here where you can get one of these little plain old boxes or something about this size. All right, and you can store some boxes there. You've also got room underneath. I don't know if you all can see, but you got room underneath that you can store some things also. So this boat here, I keep it pretty plain and simple. This is the boat I use to fish small rivers and streams. So I don't put a lot on this boat. It's nice and wide. It floats up high. It's got that double U hull design, and just where it sets up higher and floats up higher, I feel like it does better in some of the shallower waters, in the creeks that you run into. Guys, that's the walk around, and here in a second I'm going to give you my pros and cons. All right guys, let's wrap this up with the pros and the cons. We'll go with the cons first. All right, one of the cons is the storage hatch area is a little small for my taste, okay? And that's just because I have a C-tug cart that I like to keep with me, and it won't fit in there. But it's plenty big enough to store plenty of tackle and a dry bag if you need to. All right, so another con, gear tracks. I got them up here in the front, which I love, but I wish I had some gear tracks back here in the back, okay? I like to have gear tracks in the back because I like to put some tie-offs on it so I can tie things down, which is one thing this boat doesn't have. It doesn't have any tie-offs really, so I would say that's a con, but they do sell that stuff so you can buy it. Yeah, so gear tracks. I wish there was some on the back so that I could have the options to put some things on there. Now I do understand I can buy those and add to it, but when you buy a boat, you want it to be set up all the way. But I can buy those. All right, so another con, paddle holder. All right, they got it here on the side, okay? It does its job. It holds the paddle, okay? And it's got a little clip to clip it in and make sure it doesn't fall off. But I will tell you this isn't the original one. The original one broke off. And I bought it used, so it was already broke. But I am going to assume that when the guy picked it up on its side, it got snagged and it broke off, because I've almost broke this one off. Another thing is when I'm sitting in my chair and I'm fishing, if I do have my paddle sitting here on the side, if I forgot to latch it or whatever and it come off, it would float off and I probably wouldn't even know about it. So I would recommend getting a paddle leash. All right, other cons, you know what? I can't really think of any. I do like this boat a whole lot. So let's go ahead and go to the pros. All right, the pros, the seat. The seat is really comfortable. It's really wide, okay? So if you are a bigger guy, hey, this seat is real wide. You got plenty of room to sit down on. It adjusts up and down, and it also has a high option, or you can scoot it down here for a low option. And I like being able to sit up higher and bend my legs when I'm fishing. It's more comfortable. All right, it's roomy. All right, it's 34.5 inches wide. There's a lot of room up here for your feet. There's a nice padded deck to stand up in. And one of the pros is how stable this kayak is. So you got plenty of room to stand, and when you do stand up, you're going to be very stable in it. Okay, this is very stable. Plenty of room back here in the back. Okay, got a large area here if I wanted to put a cooler, and a large area here to put my crate, and there's even area back behind it. All right, handles. I call that a pro. It's got handles everywhere. I've got a Sin kayak that only has handles in the front and back. and there's nowhere to grab it on the side at all, because sometimes I like to just lift it up and carry it that way. So with that in mind, weight. It's only 75 pounds. It's not that heavy, and that 75 pounds includes the seat in here. So it's not real heavy. It's a 10.5-foot boat. I like a smaller boat when I'm fishing, because from my seat, I can get back to my crate, I can get up front, I can get to everything real easy sitting in it. Nothing is too far away from me. Now what you give up though when you have a shorter boat, okay, it won't track as well when you're paddling. The longer, skinnier boats, they track better when you're paddling, which means, you know, they just stay in line, okay? They're not swerving off, you know, they tend to keep that straight line. This one here, you have to make a little bit more corrections. But guys, I think that's about it. Just back with the seat, when it stores up high, you've got room to store stuff underneath of it. And storage room is always great. So, that's my review of the Old Town Topwater 106. Overall, hey, I give it a thumbs up. It's a great boat. I like it for going out and fishing small streams and smaller water, okay? I've got a pedal kayak, but when I was fishing some of the more shallower streams, I had to keep raising my propel drive up and down, and I was like, you know, this is kind of a pain. So I wanted a boat that I could get on water, smaller water. So what I did is I tricked my family into letting me get another kayak, because I told them I was getting it for them. So hey, you know, there you go, man. Pro tip: if your old lady or significant other, whoever it is, if they frown when you start talking about another boat, tell them you're getting it for them, and then you have a backup. You have one for smaller water, and then have your pedal kayak for the bigger water. You know, I don't know. That's the trick I used, and unfortunately, my wife's probably going to watch this video, so I might have to edit that part out. Oh well. So guys, thanks again for stopping by. Make sure, if you like this video, hit that like button. Hit that bell so you can get notifications of other content. I'm going to be doing some more, at least one more video on another kayak I own. Okay, so I know it's kayak buying season. It's that time of year. It's time of year when people start researching, they start selling kayaks, and they start buying kayaks. So a good resource, you know, Facebook Marketplace, you know, some of those other used kayak dealers. Used kayaks are fine. Other than my one new kayak, I've owned all used kayaks, and they're great. You know, just look them over real well before you buy them, and I'll put out a video on that here before too long, what to look for. Guys, I love spending time with you. I mean, you know, I don't know all of you by name, but I'm glad you came to my channel, and I hope you enjoy what you're watching. So, navigate yourself outdoors, and I'll look for you in the next video. We'll see you guys.